The shocking truth: Monica Quartermain's ultimate deception rocks poor Charles. In a stunning turn of events that promises to shake the very foundations of Port Charles, General Hospital viewers are about to witness one of the most jaw-dropping revelations in the show's storied history. What was thought to be the final chapter of Monica Quartermain's life may actually be the beginning of her most dangerous mission yet. The burden of truth. Ronnie Bard, the mysterious woman who appeared claiming to be Monica's long-lost sister, has been carrying a secret that could change everything. For weeks, Port Charles residents have watched as this enigmatic figure settled into the Quartermain mansion, much to Tracy's dismay. But beneath Ronnie's calm exterior, a truth so explosive that it threatens to unravel the carefully constructed narrative of Monica's peaceful passing. The weight of this secret has been crushing Ronnie, who finds herself caught between loyalty to Monica and the growing suspicion of those around her. Tracy Quartermain, never one to back down from a fight, has been particularly vocal about her distrust of this supposed sister who conveniently appeared to inherit the family estate. A confession that changes everything. Unable to bear the burden any longer, Ronnie makes a decision that will alter the course of multiple lives. In a private moment with Tracy, she drops a bombshell that no one sees coming. Monica isn't dead, Tracy. She's very much alive. The revelation hits Tracy like a physical blow. The woman she mourned, whose funeral she attended, whose death she grieved alongside the entire Quartermain family, has been living a lie. Tracy's initial reaction is one of complete disbelief, followed by a surge of anger that Monica would put them all through such anguish. "How could she do this to us?" Tracy demands, her voice breaking with a mixture of fury and relief. "Do you have any idea what we've been through? What Jason has been through?" Ronnie explains that Monica's decision wasn't made lightly. The beloved family matriarch discovered something so dangerous, so potentially devastating to those she loves, that faking her own death was the only way to protect them while she investigated. The Faison connection. The truth behind Monica's elaborate deception is even more shocking than the fake death itself. Monica had uncovered evidence suggesting that Caesar Faison, the notorious villain who has terrorized Port Charles for decades, may still be alive. Despite his apparent death years ago, Monica discovered inconsistencies and clues that pointed to Faison orchestrating events from the shadows. She found patterns, Ronnie reveals to a stunned Tracy, medical records that didn't add up, financial transactions that traced back to shell companies, and most disturbing of all, evidence that some of the recent tragedies in Port Charles might be connected to him. Monica's medical expertise and access to hospital records had allowed her to piece together a puzzle that others had missed. She realized that Faison's supposed death might have been as carefully orchestrated as many of his other schemes. The discovery terrified her, not for herself, but for what it meant for her family and friends. The elaborate scheme. Monica's plan required meticulous preparation and trusted allies. Ronnie reveals how Monica had been planning her disappearance for months, carefully setting up the circumstances that would make her death believable. She had confided in only a select few, swearing them to secrecy about the true nature of her mission. The fake death was designed to accomplish the crucial objectives: remove Monica from Faison's radar while she investigated, and protect her family from becoming targets. Monica knew that if Faison was indeed alive and discovered she was onto him, he wouldn't hesitate to use her loved ones against her. She couldn't risk Jason, or Drew, or any of the children becoming pawns in Faison's game. Ronnie explains, by dying, she removed that leverage while giving herself the freedom to investigate without oversight or interference. Tracy's dilemma. Tracy finds herself in an impossible position. The relief of knowing Monica is alive wars with the anger of being deceived, and both emotions are overshadowed by the fear of what Monica's investigation might have uncovered. Tracy has always been protective of her family, and the thought that Faison might still pose a threat fills her with dread. Where is she now? Tracy asks, her pragmatic nature asserting itself despite the emotional turmoil. Ronnie explains that Monica has been working underground, using resources and connections from her decades in medicine to track Faison's movements. She's been careful to stay in the shadows, knowing that one wrong move could expose not only her survival, but also put everyone she loves in immediate danger. The promise of secrecy. After processing the shock of Ronnie's revelation, Tracy faces a critical decision. Monica's safety, and potentially the safety of the entire Quartermaine family, depends on maintaining the illusion of her death. Despite her anger at being kept in the dark, Tracy understands the gravity of the situation. "You have my word," Tracy tells Ronnie, though her voice trembles with the weight of the promise. "But Monica needs to know that we can help her. She doesn't have to do this alone." Ronnie shakes her head sadly. "She made me promise that no one else could know. Not yet. She's too close to finding definitive proof, and she can't risk facing discovering she's alive before she's ready to act." The investigation continues. While Tracy struggles with keeping Monica's secret, Monica herself continues her dangerous investigation. Working from secure locations and using aliases, she's been tracking financial records, following paper trails, and piecing together evidence that Faison has been manipulating events in Port Charles from beyond the grave. Monica's medical background has proven invaluable in her investigation. She's been able to analyze medical records, death certificates, and treatment protocols in ways that law enforcement might miss. Her discoveries suggest that Faison's network may be larger and more sophisticated than anyone previously imagined. The evidence she's gathering points to a conspiracy that reaches into multiple institutions, including potentially the hospital itself. Monica realizes that exposing Faison's survival will require irrefutable proof, as his influence and resources make him a formidable adversary even in supposed death. The emotional toll. Tracy finds herself changed by Ronnie's revelation. Every day becomes a performance, as she must continue to grieve Monica publicly while knowing her beloved family member is alive and in danger. The strain of maintaining this deception while worrying about Monica's safety takes its toll. She finds herself paying closer attention to strange occurrences around Port Charles, wondering if they might be connected to Faison's hidden influence. Every mysterious event, every unexplained coincidence, takes on new significance when viewed through the lens of Monica's investigation. Building tension. As Monica's investigation deepens, the danger increases. She's discovered that Faison's organization has been patient, playing a long game that involves multiple moving pieces. The realization that he may have been orchestrating events for years fills her with both determination and fear. Meanwhile, Tracy struggles with the burden of secrecy, especially when she sees how Monica's supposed death continues to affect other family members. Jason's grief, in particular, weighs heavily on her conscience, but she understands that revealing the truth prematurely could put Monica in mortal danger. The web tightens. Monica's investigation reveals that Faison's influence extends further than anyone suspected. She discovers connections to recent events in Port Charles that suggest he's been pulling strings from the shadows, manipulating situations to his advantage while everyone believed him dead. The scope of the conspiracy frightens Monica, but it also strengthens her resolve. She realizes that exposing Faison isn't just about her own safety or that of her family. It's about protecting everyone in Port Charles from a threat they don't know exists. Preparing for revelation. As Monica gathers the final pieces of evidence needed to expose Faison's survival and his ongoing conspiracy, she begins planning for the revelation that will shock Port Charles. She knows that when she emerges from hiding, it will trigger a series of events that could put everyone she loves in danger. Tracy, meanwhile, prepares herself for the moment when Monica's secret will be revealed to the rest of the family. She knows that the anger and hurt feelings that will follow will be intense, but she hopes that understanding the reasons behind Monica's deception will eventually lead to forgiveness. The calm before the storm. In the quiet moments before the storm breaks, both Monica and Tracy understand that their lives are about to change dramatically. Monica's investigation has revealed threats that go beyond anything they previously imagined, while Tracy has discovered strengths she didn't know she possessed. The secret they share binds them together in a way that transcends their complicated history. They're no longer just family members with a turbulent relationship. They're allies in a fight against an enemy who has haunted Port Charles for far too long. As the pieces of Monica's investigation fall into place, both women prepare for a confrontation that will determine not just their fate, but the fate of everyone they hold dear. The revelation of Monica's survival will be just the beginning of a battle that has been years in the making. The shocking truth about Monica Quartermain's deception is about to transform Port Charles forever, and neither the town nor its residents will ever be the same. Next, we will learn about the shocking arrest of Willow Corinthos that has left fans reeling and divided like never before. In the bustling world of Port Charles, Willow Corinthos has always been a lightning rod for intense emotions among General Hospital viewers. On one side, a wave of sympathy swells for this resilient young mother who has battled leukemia, navigated complicated family ties, and fought to rebuild her life after countless betrayals. Her journey from a seemingly ordinary nanny to a key player in the Quartermain and Corinthos dynasties has tugged at heartstrings, with fans praising her quiet strength and devotion to her twins, Wiley and Amelia. Yet, on the flip side, a vocal contingent argues that Willow's web of secrets and impulsive choices have finally caught up with her, painting her as someone whose actions have sown chaos in the lives of those around her. From her hidden affair with Drew Kane to the explosive revelations about her true parentage as Nina Reeves' long-lost daughter, Willow's path has been riddled with moral gray areas that make her a polarizing figure. But amid this divide, one pivotal moment unites nearly everyone in outrage: the brutal way the Port Charles Police Department (PCPD) handled her arrest, turning a tender family reunion into a nightmare. The catalyst for this drama traces back to a chilling discovery that unraveled the fragile threads of alibis and loyalties. Investigators unearthed Edward Quartermain's antique revolver, a relic from the Quartermain estate's storied past, complete with its engraved initials and a history of family feuds hidden in the attic of Elizabeth Weber's cozy home on Elm Street. Elizabeth, ever the steadfast nurse and friend, had opened her doors to Willow during her recovery period, providing a safe haven away from the prying eyes of the Corinthos compound. Willow, still weakened from her treatments and grappling with the emotional fallout of her illness, had been crashing there for weeks, surrounded by Elizabeth's collection of medical books and the faint scent of herbal teas meant to soothe her nerves. The gun's presence there wasn't just suspicious, it screamed implication, especially since ballistics confirmed it as the weapon used in the attempted murder of Drew Kane during that fateful night at the docks, where shadows danced under the harbor lights and whispers of corporate espionage hung in the air. Complicating matters further was the intertwined alibi between Willow and her newly discovered mother, Nina Reeves. The two women, bound by blood yet fractured by years of deception, Nina's desperate search for her daughters after their kidnapping, Willow's unwitting role in the magazine empire that pitted them against each other, had initially vouched for one another's whereabouts. Nina claimed they were huddled in a quiet corner of the Metro Court lobby, sipping chamomile tea and tentatively bridging the chasm of their lost time together, discussing everything from Nina's journalism dreams to Willow's fears for her children's future. Willow echoed the story, insisting the evening had been a breakthrough in their rocky reconciliation, away from the tension of Michael Corinthos' guarded mansion. But forensic timelines and security footage from nearby cameras painted a different picture. The women had parted ways hours earlier, with Nina slipping off to an undisclosed meeting and Willow vanishing into the night, her path crossing perilously close to the crime scene. The PCPD, under the sharp scrutiny of Commissioner Anna Devane, pored over phone records, witness statements from late-night strollers, and even traffic cam snippets showing Willow's distinctive red scarf fluttering in the wind. The alibis crumbled like sand castles at high tide, exposing a potential conspiracy that sent shockwaves through the department and the town alike. With the evidence mounting, the arrests unfolded with dramatic precision, echoing the high-stakes tension that defines Port Charles' underbelly. Detective Harrison Chase, his badge gleaming under the warm glow of Bobby's Diner's neon sign, strode into the familiar eatery where locals gathered for pie and gossip. Bobby's, with its checkered floors worn from decades of heartfelt confessions and stolen kisses, was Nina's temporary refuge that evening a place to escape the sterile isolation of her crimson office. Chase, his face a mask of professional detachment, honed from years of navigating the Corinthos web, approached Nina at her corner booth, where she was scribbling notes on a napkin about an upcoming article on local philanthropy. "Nina Reeves, you're under arrest for suspicion in the shooting of Drew Kane," he declared, his voice steady, but laced with the unspoken regret of arresting someone tied to so many intertwined lives. Nina's eyes widened in disbelief, her manicured hands trembling as patrons like Felix and Epiphany paused mid-conversation, the clatter of silverware halting in stunned silence. Handcuffs clicked into place, and as Chase led her out past the diner's jukebox playing a melancholic tune, whispers erupted. Was this the end of Nina's redemption arc? Or just another twist in her saga of fierce independence and maternal instincts gone awry? Simultaneously, across town in the softly lit confines of a private therapy room at the Quartermain estate, Anna Devane and Dante Falconeri shattered what should have been a sacred moment. Willow's visitation with Wiley and Amelia marked their first reunion in months, a carefully orchestrated event amid her legal battles and health scares. The room, adorned with plush toys, colorful drawings from the kids' daycare, and a tray of Willow's favorite lemon cookies baked by the family cook, buzzed with tentative joy. Wiley, the energetic 4-year-old with his father's mischievous grin, bounced on the rug, chattering about his latest playground adventures involving toy cars racing down makeshift ramps. Amelia, the wide-eyed toddler, clung to Willow's knee, her tiny fingers tracing the patterns on her mother's scarf, rediscovering the warmth she'd missed during those long hospital stays. The licensed therapist, Dr. Elena Vasquez, a compassionate professional with years of experience in family reunifications, guided the session with gentle prompts, encouraging Willow to share stories of their future together. Perhaps a picnic by the lake or baking cookies in a sunlit kitchen. But the idyll shattered when Anna and Dante burst through the door, their authoritative presence filling the space like a storm cloud. "Willow Corinthos, you're under arrest," Anna announced, her British accent clipped with urgency, while Dante averted his eyes, the weight of family ties pressing on him. As Wiley's uncle Michael's brother and a constant in the boys' lives through backyard barbecues and holiday gatherings, Dana's role in this hit especially hard. His usual easy smile replaced by a grimace of duty. "Doctor." Vasquez leapt to her feet, her voice rising in protest. "This is an active therapeutic session. You can't disrupt it like this. The children are vulnerable. Give us time to prepare them." But Anna, drawing on her spy-honed decisiveness and a no-nonsense approach forged in international crises, waved off the plea. Citing the urgency of the case and the risk of flight, Dante moved forward, gently but firmly placing the cuffs on Willow as she knelt protectively near her kids, tears streaming down her face while she whispered assurances of love and return. Wiley froze, his little face crumpling into confusion and fear, clutching Amelia, who began to wail, the sound piercing the room like a siren. Michael, Willow's steadfast partner with his broad shoulders and unyielding loyalty shaped by his own losses, stood frozen by the couch, his arms around the children, but failing to shield their innocent eyes from the flashing badges and the sight of their mother being led away in restraints. The fallout from this heart-wrenching scene has ignited a firestorm among General Hospital devotees, who decry the PCPD's callousness, a new low in Port Charles justice. These children, already scarred by Willow's illness nights spent in sterile hospital rooms, the uncertainty of playdates canceled for treatments, deserved better than to witness their mother's humiliation. Wiley, who once asked Michael why Mommy had to fight the bad sickness, now grapples with images of cold metal on her wrists, potentially etching trust issues into his young psyche. Amelia, too young to articulate her terror, will carry the echoes of that chaos in her subconscious, perhaps manifesting in clinginess or nightmares during story time. Fans point fingers at Anna's tactical mindset overriding her empathy. After all, this former WSB agent has navigated delicate family dynamics with her own son, Robin, and should know the toll of abrupt interventions. Dana's involvement stings doubly, as family gatherings at the Falconeri home filled with laughter over pasta and soccer games now feel tainted by his badge's betrayal. Michael's inaction draws sharp criticism too. The heir to the Quartermain fortune, known for his protective instincts honed from losing his biological parents young, could have scooped up the kids and ushered them to the adjoining playroom stocked with blocks and puzzles. Instead, holding them on the couch exposed them to the full spectacle, amplifying the trauma. Social media erupts with raw sentiments. One devoted viewer on Facebook posted, "I'm no fan of Willow's choices, but dragging her away in front of Wiley and Amelia, that's cruel beyond words. Those poor babies didn't sign up for this drama." Another chimed in, "The way Anna bulldozed that session was unforgivable. Even villains get more dignity than this." A third fan vented, Dante arresting his nephew's mom, and Michael just sitting there. Port Charles PD needs sensitivity training yesterday. Echoing across Twitter and Reddit threads, the consensus builds, while Willow's fate hangs in the balance, facing interrogation in a dimly lit holding cell, perhaps spilling secrets about her midnight wanderings or Nina's hidden motives. The real victims are the innocent lives caught in the crossfire, as spoilers hint at upcoming hearings where character witnesses like Carly Corinthos might testify to Willow's character, or Sasha Gilmore could reveal overlooked clues. One thing remains clear: this arrest hasn't just cuffed Willow. It's handcuffed the hearts of an entire fandom, demanding accountability from those sworn to protect and serve. Stay tuned for more twists in this unfolding saga that promises to redefine family bonds in Port Charles.